In this video, we're going to go over various supervisory protocols. The first one is the Internet Control Message Protocol, or ICMP. This is basically used for pinging a device to know whether or not it is reachable, whether it exists on our network, and to get a reply to determine how fast we are connecting with this device. With other devices, we can ping them to determine whether or not the host is unreachable. This might mean that that particular device is down or that it just blocks the ICMP ping. The next is the domain name server. The way that a domain name server works is that the user is going to type in the URL of a website that they wish to reach, and this is going to be sent to the DNS resolver. The DNS resolver is going to connect with the root name server using www.google.com, for instance, and then the root name server is going to return the .com name server. And the domain name system is going to send www.google.com to the .com name server, and the .com name server is going to return the google.com name server, and then the DNS again is going to send google.com to the google.com name server, which is going to return an IP address. And then the IP address is forwarded to the computer. And this basically saves you the hassle of having to remember all the IP addresses of all the servers that you want to connect with. And instead, you just type in the URL and the domain name system is going to resolve that. And then it's going to connect you with that server using the IP address. The next protocol is the Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, which is DHCP. So in order to connect on a network, you need to have an IP address. And rather than have a static IP address that's fixed, the DHCP is going to automatically assign you an IP address when you connect to the network. For certain servers and other devices, we want to have a static IP address to ensure that devices are going to connect to that specific IP address every time that they attempt to connect to the server. The next protocol is the Dynamic Routing Protocol, which is going to handle the exchanging organizational information, including sending packets to various IP addresses. So there are various different kinds of DRP. We have RIP, OSPF, and EIGRP, which are the interior DRP, which handles messages between two different internal routers. And then we have BGP for exterior DRP. So this is going to go from one border router to another border router. The next protocol is the Simple Network Management Protocol, or SNMP, which means that a network manager is going to send a message to the network management agent to be able to handle all the devices on their network. This could be a firewall policy or an update to the device, etc. And then that's going to trigger a response on all these devices that are going to update accordingly. We also need to consider the application standards for the varying different types of applications. Hackers can basically take over the applications and exploit the program's vulnerabilities that exist there. And some of these vulnerabilities are easy to just search the web to determine what they are. A multitude of application standards equates to the multitude of security issues that exist on each application level. So for example, on my server, anytime that I push out a software update, this needs to be tested to make sure that it doesn't have any software issues. Additionally, I need to make sure that I have up-to-date software to make sure that I do not succumb to any new vulnerabilities that exist. And so there's many different application standards that we need to consider as we move forward in securing our organizational applications. Thanks for watching my video. Feel free to click the links here to watch the next video of the playlist, continue to the next playlist, or subscribe.